The demonetization and the latest in that. But let's now shift focus to the other story we've been tracking. You and I struggle at an ATM to get 2,400 rupees or 24,000 rupees a week. We haven't been getting that. But in Mumbai, the crime branch today seized 85 lakh rupees in new currency from a car. This happened in Dadar. The question is, how are people getting access to this kind of money? And it's not restricted just to Mumbai. In Rewa in Madhya Pradesh, 40 lakh rupees again in new currency. In Gurgaon, in Surat, in Porbandar, in Karnal, the raids are widening. Remember, 10 crore rupees in new cash was confiscated in Chennai yesterday. That money is still being counted. More than 100 income tax officials are carrying out raids simultaneously at multiple locations. We get you this report.
As India struggles for cash, literally begging for divine intervention, even performing funerals of ATMs like this one in Bengaluru, the villains are out on a loot. It's been a month post-Centre's surgical strike on black money. As you sweat in December to withdraw one crisp 2,000 rupee note and dream of getting your hands on the permitted 24,000 rupees per week, the hoarders already have crores in new currency stashed away. But now the hunt is on. One after another, the big fish are in the net or on radar. The Income Tax Department busted a money exchange racket operating from Chennai. At least 8 locations were raided. Rupees 107 crore in cash and 130 kilo of gold seized. Out of this, 10 crore in new currency. 2 men arrested in Gujarat's Porbandar with rupees 25 lakh in their possession. In Surat, cops arrested 4 people with new banknotes worth rupees 76 lakhs. In Mumbai, 4 people were detained by the crime branch after recovering new notes worth rupees 85 lakhs from the Innova they were travelling in. Out of these, there were 2,000 rupee notes worth 72 lakh rupees.
चेकिंग के दरमियान 4 व्हील में से जो महाराष्ट्र पासिंग की थी 4455 नंबर की होंडा सिटी कार, उसकी डीकी में से 2000 की नई करेंसी के टोटल 38 बंडल मिले थे. जो भी होगा वो उसमें वो आईटी डिपार्टमेंट काम करेगा.
In Gurgaon, 2 people have been arrested with new currency worth rupees 10 lakh.
लगभग 12 बजे ये इस्लामपुर के पास चेकिंग कर रहे थे. उस दौरान 2 बंदे स्कूटी पे आए, जिनको चेक किया तो उनके पास से लगभग 10 लाख नई करेंसी बरामद हुई. जिस सिलसिले में इनकम टैक्स अथॉरिटीज को ऑलरेडी इन्फॉर्म कर दिया है. वो इसमें जो कार्रवाई उनकी बनती है वो कर रही है.
The RBI has been caught snoring. How have these men gained access to so much new currency? Are bank insiders complicit? With Virendra Singh Gunawat in Mumbai, Gopi Gangar in Ahmedabad and Pramod Madhav in Chennai. Bureau Report, India Today.
This may just be the tip of the iceberg. Let's try and calculate the amount of money recovered from nationwide raids. For example, Chennai, 10 crore in new currency has been seized. From Chennai, let me take you to Goa, 1 crore seized. In Mumbai, 85 lakh rupees. Porbandar in Gujarat, 25 lakh rupees. In Surat, not far, another 75 lakh rupees. Let me take you to Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh, 19 lakh. All of this is in new currency that's been seized. In Karnal, 43 lakh rupees. In Gurgaon, 3.2 lakh rupees. And some of this money, like in Mumbai, you're looking at that Innova car, money recovered from cars. So how is it that You and I will have to stand in a queue for several hours and then get one note of 2,000 rupees. If we are lucky, the bank, if we give them a check, will give us maybe 4,000, maybe 6,000. On a very lucky day, maybe 24,000 rupees some week. But that's not happening frequently because banks are saying we are running out of money. Are they running out of money because of this reason, that money is illegally being siphoned off to such elements? So let's now try and break down this new recovery. Total withdrawal limit permitted to every citizen is 24,000 rupees per week. The total cash recovered so far is 14.4 crore rupees. This means that the number of withdrawals required for the recovered amount would be 6,000 times. 6,000 times a person would have to go and bring this money out. And that is if the banks give you the full entitlement, which they clearly are not. Rajiv Dubey is managing editor of Business Today. He joins us on the broadcast. Rajiv, someone clearly is sabotaging this entire drive. Who is that some person who's sabotaging this drive? We'll also go to India Today reporters across the country and get you latest ground reports. But Rajiv, to you first.
Yes, absolutely. This is a phenomenal ingenuity of the crooked mind which is at work here. And it's not leaking. These are not leaking from the presses. These are not leaking from RBI's vaults. These are all leaking from banks and bank officials, and it's not just one. There is a whole network of bank officials and bank managers which are part of this. If you look at it, the current investigation by the government, by the Income Tax Department, the Enforcement Directorate, involves something like 10 banks and 50 branches across the country where they've seen phenomenal unexpected deposits or unexpected withdrawals.
Okay.
10 banks is equal to nearly 20% of India's banking system. I am not saying all branches, but 10 banks, 50 odd banks in the country, out of which 10 banks are under investigation. 50 branches in the country where the maximum deposits and withdrawals have happened. So this is the banks.
The banks, clearly this is the weak link. This is the chink in the demonetization armor. That is why queues are getting longer. Mayuresh Ganpatya, my colleague, joins me from Mumbai. Mayuresh, the cash that was recovered from that Innova car, is there clarity how it got there and what action is the Mumbai police taking, if at all?
Suddenly, Gaurav, the 4 people have been detained. They are right now here in Kurla police station, where the crime branch unit 4 is investigating this whole matter and interrogating. Behind me, you can see this is this particular vehicle over here. That is an Innova from where they confiscate this cash. And the most important part is that not only Mumbai police or the crime branch is investigating this matter, the IT, that is Income Tax Department officials are also here, and they are also interrogating these 4 men, that who are they, from where they got this cash and where they were moving, because they were caught from the central Mumbai, and that is near Dadar station. The Hindu colony is there, which is one of the reputed colony, and from there they caught all 4 of these men in this particular car. So certainly we are waiting outside about this Kurla police station over here to get more information.
Okay, stay with me. Atir, in Delhi, in Old Delhi, which is where big money is, there is one particular bank and 2 branches now that are under the scanner. What are investigators telling you? Because why would one particular bank again and again be involved in this crime? It's the Enforcement Directorate now that's investigating this case.
Well, that's right. You see, there was a branch in Kashmiri Gate which was first under the scanner, and thereafter the Enforcement Directorate was pressed into service. 2 bank managers of that branch were arrested a few days ago. The chartered accountant has now also been arrested. So there was this major modus operandi which was in play. The bankers were colluding, and they were taking gold bricks in lieu of converting the black money into white. And as today, again, there were searches and raids at the same bank's another branch in Chandni Chowk area. Now, Chandni Chowk, Gaurav, is which has a cluster of wholesale markets, has a lot of transactions in the banks. There are some more than 400 crore rupees which were transacted after the demonetization drive was announced. So therefore, out of that 400 crores, there's some 100 crore rupees which is under scanner.
My
the reason
God.
being that those 100 crores have been transacted in only 15 accounts. So that's
Okay.
what the income tax officials are trying to find out as
Okay.
to how only in these 15 accounts this money has been transacted.
100 crore rupees. Atir, stay with me. Let's now tell our viewers a little more about this. So, Income Tax Department officials raided the Axis Bank, its Chandni Chowk branch in Delhi. 44 suspected fake accounts were unearthed, in which 100 crore rupees have been deposited post demonetization. Now, according to sources in the Income Tax Department, 44 accounts were opened without any verification of documents. 450 crore rupees, as Atir Khan was just telling us, old currency, 450 crore rupees deposited after Prime Minister Narendra Modi's announcement on the night of 8th of November. Aren't insiders involved? The Enforcement Directorate had arrested 2 officials, 2 managers of the Axis branch, 3 kilograms of gold bars recovered from them. Now, there was a case of money laundering that was registered against them. They were converting illegally, old notes were being converted into new. They were taking gold in lieu of cash. The Axis branch, Axis Bank, has released a statement after the Income Tax Department raids, promising strict action against any employees who breached guidelines. India Today's Devina Gupta now joins me with the latest on this. Devina, Income Tax Department has carried out a series of raids, but how is it that banks are even daring to do something like this? This is a national movement, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, against black money for demonetization, and banks are complicit, or their employees are complicit. What's the latest that you are getting for us?
Well, yes, Gaurav, I'm currently in Connaught Place where queues are just growing outside ATMs and banks in spite of a month of demonetization drive. I can tell you that there are notices of cash out that are outside banks because they claim that there is not enough cash. But there are specific instances that have come to light of bank fraud as well, as we've been talking about in Delhi itself. At Axis Bank, we know that the IT department has been able to unearth a scam. Similarly, IT department has been raiding locations in Mumbai, Nagpur, Ahmedabad, where cases of either currency being hoarded or even currency being transferred through trucks and from one state to the other is coming to light. And these are new notes that the hoarders have been able to access. So the next step for the authorities is to ensure a crackdown that the new notes that are coming into the system are channelized from banks to the people who are eagerly waiting for their money from the banks, and these notes are not diverted. It's a very simple step, as we've been talking about, Gaurav, that how these notes which are numbered with serial number can be tracked down to their own bank branches, and the culpability must be fixed, the accountability must be fixed. But IT department has taken a very strong note of that. When we were speaking to the CBDT chairman, Mr. Sushil Chandra, he had said that in coming days the entire move is only going to intensify. They will also conduct raids. There are IT department sleuths who are under a decoy of customers are approaching banks to unearth any sort of a scams where the money could have been converted with the paying of commission, or if the money which is meant for people who are standing in queues is being diverted.
Okay. Okay, Devina, for the moment, many thanks. Rajiv, in a situation like this, can't the RBI take strict action against these employees of banks? Criminal cases should be registered against them, because this is clearly a case of fraud, cheating innocent people in this country who are queuing up for money and being turned away, Rajiv.
So this is not something that the RBI can do directly. It's something that the bank has to be informed by RBI, and the RBI will also inform the investigative authorities who will take action against these. And I believe that RBI has and must have informed the Axis Bank, and Axis Bank has announced that they've sacked 19, I think, of their employees. The investigation is getting wider and wider across the country, and I think if you look at it, 10 banks and 50 branches is just the beginning. I think it's just the tip of the iceberg, because it's not just the bank managers that are involved. It's a network of bank officials which have been been using the system against the norms, and they have been siphoning off new currency from the branches.
Okay, but sacking 19 employees cannot be punishment enough. Now, Axis Bank may sack 19 employees, but they should be put behind bars. They should be sent to jail. This is a criminal offense, and this is breach of trust, Rajiv. The income tax department, the police, they should investigate this and lock up these bankers.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's why I think this is going from city to city, state to state, and I think this investigation is only going to widen over a period of time. The money that is involved is enormous. The number of people involved also need to be tracked down, and I think this is not going to stop here. It's only going to get wider.
Okay, Rajiv, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. I would also like to thank India Today's team of reporters from across the country who've been tracking this story very closely, and I want to assure our viewers we will continue to track this story very, very closely. It's not just an odd bank manager here or there. If there is a wider nexus, it will be exposed, and action will be taken against those who are responsible for this. We will track that story. A quick break. News and updates continue on India Today. Stay with us.